us know what actually we are eating, what food? What do you know about the food before it comes into our plate? How do you know about the farmer, what does to produce the food? These are all some of the questions which never came to my mind before I met Kumar Uncle, who is an agricultural scientist. Fellow Toastmaster and honorable guest, good afternoon. I had an opportunity to visit Chenchi Panambakam, which is 60 kilometers away from Chennai. I had been to this village 20 years ago, and I see there is a massive development in the village happened over the period of time. Kumar Uncle is an agricultural scientist who does farming in the village about 30 years. After the heavy and delicious lunch, we had discussed various topics and finally ended with the agriculture. In fact, that discussion triggered me today to speak in Toastmasters meetings. He was shared with me a lot of facts and figures about the agriculture. It was like a puzzling and surprising me. I would like to share with you some of the facts and figures, what he shared with me. All of us might have seen this news on a regular basis in the TV. Pesticides residue in soft drinks and bottled drinking water. But we forget about it. How many of us thought how the pesticides comes into the water and soft drinks? If the pesticides residue in drinking water, the water we use for tea, coffee, or cooking the food must be having the pesticide, isn't it? I'll give you how it comes in a short while, and I will give you one more example. This will be in our memory. Noodles contains the metallic substance. Okay? How many of us thought how the metallic substance or lead as included in the noodles? If lead has to be added in the noodles must be costlier than lead, isn't it? But nothing is added. It comes from the environment. The ingredients which are used to make for the noodles contain the lead. The worst part is that the atta which we make use on regular basis, that also contain the lead. But when we get this type of news in the newspaper or in the TV, we all get horrified, but we forget about it and we start eating the samosas in the evening. I'll give you how it comes. We all think that if we buy the food from supermarket or eat the food in the popular restaurants, we all think that it is safe, hygiene, and good for health. The food should be safe at the place of it is grown, not at the end of the place. We all know that again, in India, the pesticides are used extensively in the agriculture. As a research, just 1% kills the insect, and the 99% gets converted into the air and water, and again come back to us. We all know that, and we are acting nothing. And I will give you one more example how it happens. 2 months ago, when I was attending for a medley meeting in IIT Research Park, I saw that in the other room, the people were painting. What? It's a spray paint in the room. Okay? We were in the next room. What happened? The part of it goes into the board, and the part it mixes into the air. The next room, we were all eating. I'm very sure the fumes came to our room as well. If we as the educated people cannot connect the dots between the spray painting and what we eat, how the farmer can connect the dots between the pesticides and agriculture? Most of the foods, what we eat, are contaminated. I'll give you some of the examples. Apple are coated with the wax. Bananas and mangoes are artificially ripened. The worst part is that the milk which are contaminated with the synthetic milk. Because of the food which we eat, the puberty in the girl child has advanced. The gynecological problem in the women has increased. Did you know that? When India Today has conducted the survey 2 years ago, the largest number of plastic surgery happened in India to remove the breast from women. It was such a shocking news. Food is not only gives us the energy, but it also gives the healthy and stay away from many diseases. Because of the food what we eat, we are getting so many diseases like diabetes, cancers, and obesities. We need to make a right choice of the food before eating. I'll give you a few tips how we can prevent those things. Number one, before cooking the food, just to soak the food or soak the vegetable in a warm turmeric water, just 1 to 2 minutes. And buy a vegetable on a regular basis rather than keeping on the refrigerator. Go for seafood items for the non-vegetarian people. And buy a vegetable from the vegetable shop, not from the supermarket. I would conclude with the famous poem from the Tamil, written by Tirumular. Udambai valarthene, uyirai valarthene, which means take care of your body. The body will take care of your soul. Over to you, Mudi.
Interesting speech. But actually, much of that information I already have because I'm an
It is for others.
And seafood is equally fantastic.
Because you're vegetarian.
No, compared to chicken and mutton, it is
Better
safer.
to be vegetarian, right? Thank you. Okay, so now we have our third speaker, and that is Thomas Abraham, and he's a communicator for life. He pursues multiple forms of communication. Education is BSc Physics, MA in English Literature, Diploma in Business Management, as also in Marketing Management with Advertising Specialization. Now, when I asked him about his thoughts on the theme of the day, he says, it worries me that increasingly we don't want to think about the other side of the story. We are locking ourselves inside predetermined frames and accept only those stories that fit our frames. We don't want to hear the story and then use our brains to decide. Before I call him on the stage, please, the evaluator, please, sorry. I think it's Kishore? Kishore?
Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. The purpose of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses non-verbal communication when delivering the speech. All the best.
Let's welcome Ian Thomas.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
One day, long time back, October 2003, much before the birth of Android phones and Google Maps and WhatsApp, I found myself in a small town in Germany called Hanover. I was in Hanover for an auto exhibition. Hanover was then a small place, and what I really would remember is this. I landed in the afternoon. The taxi took me to the place. It didn't look like a hotel. It looked more like some abandoned, nameless apartment. I tried the intercom. Dead. I tried the phone. A recorded message came in German. I looked around for someone who could help me. English? Sorry, no English. This room was booked by my friend through a Holland contact. So I tried that number. 3 o'clock, didn't get through. I knew that I needed a local number and I needed some English. So I walked onward towards the main road on the pavement with both my luggage. Very embarrassing. There I saw a board saying apothecary. Apothecary means? The girl there called the number and said the recorded message says that the hotel opens only on Monday. Monday was 3 days away. So then I remembered my MD's secretary had called me the previous day to say, Thomas, MD has cancelled his trip to Hanover. Do you want his room? So I called him. Why? He said, Thomas, sir, I cancelled it this morning. Oh, why did you do that? But the chemist heard this. He said, no, sir, don't worry. Near the central station, there are lots of hotels. And you got a cab for me. But the cabbie was less optimistic. Very difficult. All hotels booked. Try the tourism office, he said. At the tourism office, the ladies heard me and said, yes, I have one room. I said, please, it's 630 euros. 630 euros then meant 30,000 rupees. It's even more now. But 30K, my company would have paid. But for one night, 30K? Sorry, ma'am, thank you. Take this card, try this number. So off I went to Prince and Stabby again. 3 times up and down Prince and Stabby, but I cannot see number 12 Prince and Stabby. Meanwhile, what I could see was the sun, the setting sun was setting behind the Gothic buildings of the courtyard. And I didn't have a place. I remember the station I saw on my way. Maybe that would be my resting place for the night. Meanwhile, a boy in a cycle came and he found number 12 for me. At the office, a young lady started dialing up all the numbers she had of the posts. What's that all for? Then she looked up and said, hey, there is a mansion. So she started dialing that mansion. And she said, sir, a guest just now left the room. I said, yeah, please give me the room. No, the host won't give it. They will have to make it ready. I said, it's okay. But in Germany, it's not okay. It's on India. Meanwhile, it was getting cold outside, but hot under my car. I remembered, how about YMCA? Then I forgot YMCA, my membership I had cancelled around the time Mrs. Gandhi declared emergency. So where do I go? Then this lady looked up and said, there is one lady who keeps some rooms in village, but only common bathrooms. So that's okay. So as she tried to confirm, I went back to my days in lodges. You know the series of rooms, veranda, at the end you have blocks of bathrooms and all that. I only hoped in Germany things should be cleaner. But then another mortal fear hit me. I visualized a cigarette chomping madam keeping some room in some elite building in some elite village. If push comes to shove, I would simply say, I'm a pauper, I have no money. The only way to escape in a situation like that. Anyway, in the taxi, I did a smart thing. I sent my number off, my new address to my friend who was in his flight. So somebody other than me knew where I would be. It would be very helpful for the police in case they want to find my belongings and my body. The taxi stopped in an inlet small lane. A lady in her early 50s came out and introduced herself as Mrs. Feldman. Mrs. Feldman's smile was genuine, but not her English. Up the first floor was my room. I had a peaceful night's sleep and I woke up peacefully. And I went near the window, opened the curtain, the window, and oh my God, within grasp were apples full and rich and red. I stepped out, looked around. They had an orchard, they had a vineyard, they had a rose garden, and lots of potted plants and artifacts. Fantastic place. Friends, 5 full days, I enjoyed the extreme hospitality of Mrs. Feldman, including sumptuous breakfast. Organic food, friends, organic food. All for 67 euros a day. So all of us have heard that meticulous planning creates memorable trips, right? Yes. But having raced against a setting sun in a remote German town that knew not English, I have a slightly different view. How about you, Tim?
So you took us all speaker is Priyadashini, and as usual, she didn't give me much information about herself. But when I asked how do you identify yourself, she said as a free bird. And according to her, the other side of the story, in our journey, there are humps and slow us down so that we become cautious and alert. Similarly, when one shows immense patience and maturity at rough times, he will realize that what he initially saw was just a story and not the story. So before I welcome Priyadashini to the stage, let me ask the graduator. You are the graduator. Yes.
Our next speaker is attempting Project 4 from the storytelling manual, the touching story, and her project objectives are to understand the techniques available to arouse emotion, to become skilled in arousing emotions while telling a story. Speaker to note, time will be 6 to 8 minutes. Good luck to you, Priyadashini.
Touching story.
Coming home.
Coming home.
Once upon a time, there lived a hunter. The day he was born, his voice lusty laughs. The women looking at the child said, he will be a warrior or a hunter. Yes, he became one of the best hunters in the village, who could hunt even in the darkness, who could walk without disturbing the earth, and one who could identify any animal just with a scent. This well-known bachelor got to marry, and the day he had his child, he made a declaration. The day I will be naming my son, I will sacrifice a leopard cub. Women, folks, and the villagers were like, wow, how brave of this hunter. You know, it's very dangerous to enter the leopardess den. She's very protective about her cubs. Wow, bravo. And as the days went and the ceremony was closing by, it was the very next day of the ceremony, he enters into the jungle because he has to sacrifice the cub. He enters the jungle, enters a thick forest. He walks so slowly that he could actually hear his breath. He heard some noise. He finds that's a leopardess den, and there was no leopardess there, but there were two cubs which were tumbling and playing. He ran and took the cub, and he said, it's a sign that I should sacrifice two cubs, one for my wife and one for my child. Seeing that, he put it in his bag. One moment, the cubs were playing in their newest home in the jungle. Next moment, they were suspended in the air and thrown back in the dark bag, and the cubs were afraid of their life. The hunter was so triumphant. He enters the village and makes the announcement, and the villagers ululated. Ulululululu. This is the victory song in the village. The hunter made a shift in cage made of canes and some bricks. He puts the cub inside and pushes in one corner. There, in the forest, was the leopardess who was dragging the body of the animal she had hunted. She was teaching her kids how to eat meat. One moment they were playing, next moment they are not to be seen. She looks for them, but they are nowhere to be seen. She cries for her cubs, but there is no response. Then she sensed, yes, there was something which came here with the 2 feet. That was not a very common smell in the forest, but she knew what that smell was. Yes, she started to follow the smell of a man. She climbs the mountain top, and down she sees there is a village. Now if she goes as a leopardess, the man will hunt her. So she waits. She waits till the sun sets in. She waits till the smoke curls out of the hut. She waits till the mothers finish this lullabies with her like a baby lamu, a baby lamu. She waited till the men finished beating beating their drums. There was a complete still. She moved back behind the orchard tree. She wrapped her tail. She positioned herself and transformed herself as a woman. A woman who was draped with a leopard skin, who had cat eyes, and one who had the most gracious walk on this earth. The woman walks inside this village now. As she's walking, the one thing she keeps doing every time is sniffing the air. And when she goes close to a place, she holds herself so strong because the smell is very strong there. She knocks at the door. The hunter opens the door. The hunter's wife and the baby had gone to his mother, her mother's place. That's because they're preparing for the ceremony. The hunter opens the door and he sees there's a beautiful woman there. The woman asks the hunter, I've come a long distance, no place to look back. Can you please show some hospitality? The hunter was like, of course, please come in. And he offers her water. The woman, every time she's sipping, she's just looking at the corner of that room and says, thank you. The hunter offers her food to eat. The woman eats the food looking at the corner of the room and says, thank you. She musters all her courage and finally asks, why is that cup kept in the corner? The hunter says, oh, tomorrow is a big ceremony and I'm going to sacrifice this cup. Hearing to that, woman, she feels as if her heart has leapt out of her chest. She looks at the hunter and says, is it absolutely necessary to sacrifice both? Wouldn't one do? The hunter says, yeah, why